Good evening, everybody. This is Casper from the Tropical Weather Threat Society bringing you our day 4 portion of our Hurricane Preparedness Week series. So, without further ado, I'm going to click over to Kylie's PowerPoint presentation for us here this evening. And again, it is day 4. Today is get moving when a storm threatens. So this is all of your stuff prior to getting prepared, your preparation kit, getting your to-go bag ready, having all of your disaster supplies all set and ready to go. Now a storm is threatening. Now is when you enact the plans of that you've already set in place to get moving, to protect your home, and to potentially evacuate if told to do so. So make sure that your home is secured while you are away. Secure loose items, seal doors, cover windows, unplug electrical equipment, and turn off utilities and anything else you need to keep your home secure. If you are in a mandatory evacuation area, please make sure that you shut off your gas, water at the valves, at the mains, and then turn off your main breaker in your electrical box before you leave. Determining sheltering options. Figure out what options for shelter are available for you, should you need them. Make sure to consider your family's specific needs, including any and all pets. If someone in your family has special needs, make sure you are on your county's list for special needs shelters. The FEMA mobile app contains a list of open shelters in disasters, and one of our partners will also have a website regarding that as well that I will show you here shortly. Ready your supplies. Ready your go bag. Charge your phone and other devices. Fill up or charge your vehicle. If evacuating, plan for at least 3 days of supplies or more if possible. Helping your neighbors. This is crucial, folks. If possible, ensure that your neighbors are safe in a disaster. Particularly make sure that the vulnerable populations, such as elderly, single parents, children, and disabled people, are safe. Help where you are able, but do not put yourself in danger to help others. It's critical, especially for the folks that live in Florida. We are all guaranteed pretty much to have some type of elderly neighbor within the neighborhood or the community that you live in. Check on them. Make sure that they're okay if a storm is coming. Now, tomorrow we will be covering staying protected during the storm. And now I'm going to switch us back over here to our browser. We're going to take a quick look at the overall basin. As you could see, we've got a low pressure center and a very slow moving storm that is causing a great amount of rain across the northern Gulf Coast states. For us here in Tallahassee, we are expected a great deal amount over the next few days as well. So as far as the little disturbance down here way off into the future, in the Western Caribbean, I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't worry about that at all. The GFS is doing GFS things. The Euro does not agree. And unless you have at least the models all in agreement down here in a long range, I would completely dismiss it until we start to get some corroboration from the other models. Now, if you come to the National Hurricane Center's main webpage, right here, the very top link, National Hurricane Preparedness Week. If you click that link, this is the page that will show up. As you can see, I have highlighted here, we are on day 4. We've got day 5, 6, and 7 yet to go. Now, day 4, as you can see, get moving when a storm threatens. First thing you want to do is protect your home. You want to put up your shutters, your boards, across your windows, whatever you've got there. And you also want to remove, say, your grill from outside. Say you've got a few potted plants outside. Just anything that could be picked up and thrown. You want to pull those inside. Your trash cans, recycle bins, stuff like that. It will disappear in high winds if you don't. And that becomes debris for other folks. It might not hit your house, but it could hit your neighbor's house. So please, everybody work together and bring all those things inside. Determining your sheltering options and your pets, this is critical. I know here in the state of Florida, a lot of the hotels are pet friendly as well during emergency situations. And there are also hurricane pet friendly designated shelters. And then obviously, folks have friends and family that they can go to. Now, please keep in mind when you are evacuating, if you are evacuating for storm surge and you are in a mandatory evacuated area, and it's the surge that is the biggest threat, you don't have to travel far. You could just get inland, get away from the surge, and then you would be okay. You don't have to travel completely out of state in many cases. So please keep that in mind. Having your to-go bag ready, that is a part of your disaster planning, your pre-planning that we've gone over the last couple days with your medical supplies, making sure your phone is charged, making sure you have fuel in your vehicle or your vehicle is charged up. So, and all of your important and personal documents need to be with you, and your communication, you need to communicate that plan, whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, what roads you're going to be traveling on, to an individual outside of the impact area. So, and again, help your neighbors. I can't stress this enough, and especially the elderly. Like everybody, you all live together side by side as neighbors. Help one another, because when a disaster strikes, the ones that you live in and around, in your neighborhood, down your road, and stuff like that, y'all are the ones that are going to be really dependent upon one another. I mean, after a disaster, you might be living down the road for somebody for 5 years and you've never met them. Well, after a disaster occurs, I'm willing to bet that you guys are going to end up meeting. Y'all are going to end up talking, because that's what disasters do. Everybody really comes together at that point. It doesn't matter what your affiliations are culturally, religiously, politically, none of that matters. In a disaster, you're another fellow human being. That's it. That's the end of the story right there. If you are given evacuation orders, please listen to your public officials. They are not telling you to leave for, nefarious reasons. There is a strict guideline that they must follow. There are, evacuation zones and everything like that they account for. And if you're inside that evacuation zone, you will be issued evacuations, potentially mandatory evacuation orders. If you are given a mandatory evacuation order, leave. They're not telling you this just so they can come and hang out and have a party at your house while you're gone. No, they're telling you this so this way you don't become one of those statistics at the end of the storm. That's why. I mean, everything can be replaced but a life. So, if we go back here and we take a look, there are a few links that are located here. Today, we've got Flash Prepare Your Home for Disasters. As you can see here, it is enter in your address. Now, look, I know a lot of people are not going to enter in their personal address on some website. You don't have to. You can enter in your town. You don't have to give a specific personalized address. So, what I'm going to do here is, just for an example, we are going to come up with Tallahassee, Florida, because that's where we're located here in Tallahassee. So this is kind of what you get. this is the page that will be presented to you. Now, if you take a look here, this is the planning stage. If you expand all these, staying safe. Look at this. All right, very, very informative. Your insurance coverage. And then your emergency action. Staying safe in a flood. Obviously, you want to go inland and don't want to really get caught in a low-lying area. Now, if you click strengthen your home, look, there's even more. Plenty of informative pieces that, it never ends as far as strengthening your home is concerned. There's so many things that you could do. Granted, some of them are more expensive than others, but there are some things that you can do that are rather cheap and cost efficient that would just help minimize your risk. And in the recovery stage, recovering after a disaster, as you can see here, they have plenty of information as well. So, highly recommended site, flash.org. And again, you can find that exact portion of their website with this link from the Hurricane Preparedness Week National Hurricane Center website. The FEMA mobile products, we've already seen this a couple times already this week. That is located right here. It is the FEMA app to find our local shelters. I can tell you that I'm pretty sure that by the time that we get to the start of hurricane season, at least for Florida, you can... oh, that was the wrong one. I want to go here to the resource map. You will be able to use Florida and find all of the shelters and everything else right here. As you can see, there is a tab of shelters. Currently, there's no shelters open, so you're not going to have any shelters there. But we'll definitely, I know that there's a lot of work on behind the scenes on this. Now, if we go to the next link, it'll say find your evacuation zone and ready.gov evacuation. Many folks in Florida will know this as Know Your Zone. And, we'll scroll down. Flash has got all counties. So we'll come down here and we'll pick Lee County. That is famous for Hurricane Ian back in 2022. And as you can see, here are our zones. So it really doesn't matter where you're located. If your county is here, you are potentially under the threat for storm surge at some point in time. And it would be recommended that you at least know your zone, know where you're located, know exactly what you are going to do during a storm. The last link is obviously ready.gov and their evacuation, as you could see, knowing your risks, when and where to go, knowing what to bring, your informational resources that you're going to want with you. I mean, there's a lot, but now is the time to plan for hurricane season. Do not wait until the hurricane arrives. Excuse me. It's too late by the time that the storm comes. It really is. It's just too late. You don't have enough time. Now, we knew today was going to be kind of short. We do want to give a shout out to one of our other partners, Lifeline Disaster Response. If you guys are looking at trying to volunteer, please let us know. We would love to have anybody that is willing to give even 30 minutes of your time. If you don't know what you can do, contact us and we'll talk it out. We'll figure it out. And just to try to get everybody to work together towards one common goal, and that is keeping everybody safe. Our goal here at the Tropical Weather Threat Society is to have 0 fatalities throughout a landfalling storm. It's never happened. It doesn't matter. It could be the smallest storm, and obviously with the larger storms, the risk becomes higher. So please, folks, if you've got any way or any spare time and you would like to help, please reach out to us. Let us know. You can find them on Facebook. You can contact us. We will get you in contact with them. Like I said, we are partners in all this. Having a partnership with Disaster Response Organization allows us here at the Tropical Weather Threat Society to continue past landfall. So this way we can help long after the storm has approached or has occurred instead of before and during the storm. So tomorrow we have Stay Protected During the Storms, and we will go over all that. Kylie will have us a nice presentation there with her PowerPoint stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much about all that I have. No cash tonight. Oh, tell little buddy I said hi, Sammy. Tell him I would like to, I would have liked to said hi. So you can at least play this back. Hi, Cash. Be good. Listen to your mama. And let's see. Yeah. Oh, Ashley. Yeah, no. We're live every night this week. I'll be live for at least the next 3 nights. And then once we get through there, we'll be guaranteed live again on the start of hurricane season, June 1st, unless we get some type of tropical signal that gives us a 40% chance or higher development out here in the basin somewhere. And then we will begin our normal storm coverage at that point. I can say, if you want to take a quick look as the sun in the beginning of the loop, there's an awful lot of Saharan dust out there right now, folks. And if we could just get that to decide that it wants to come across the basin and do it in rather early, as you can see here with the dust model from from NASA, there's a lot of dust out there, a lot, but it doesn't really get across the basin that thick. Now it is trending a little bit more and more as we've, day after day, I've been kind of watching it because we're getting into that part of the season. But as you can see, by the time we get to day 10, there should be a large area of dried out atmosphere across the tropical Atlantic by the time that we reach the middle of May. Now, our climatological normal and average areas for tropical cyclone development in the early part of the season includes the Gulf of Mexico and areas right off the coastline as we get a little bit later, but anything associated with the Gulf Stream. If we can get a low pressure in and around the Gulf Stream, that sometimes can set it off. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for the evening. I would like to thank you for joining us. We will be live again tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for day 5 of our Hurricane Preparedness Week series. So until then, we'll have a great night and we'll talk to you soon.